Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. What that means is little Trin is back in the house.
Yes, yes.
So, today I have a very special guest, but before we do that, I would like to say for those who don't know me, my name is Trinity Davis Floyd. I'm 9 years old, and I'm an author of two books. I'm an entrepreneur, motivational speaker, actress, model, singer, and a CFO of BU Foundation, also a podcaster of my podcast, Little Trim We Have a Voice. For those who don't know, this goes on every Friday night at 8 p.m. or evening at 8 p.m. And today we are just going to have a fun time, meaning we're just going to make it a great night. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce my co host, my mentor, um, my uncle, Mr. Young Sean A. White.
First and foremost, let the record show that she's having a way with words, and I am so impressed. I thought I was good as far as doing introductions, but I tell you, she is a fast study. I like that. Keep that going. Young Sean A. White. I like it. Right on.
So, without further ado, I would like to introduce my guest, um, Transformation Greatness. He works with SBN. Once again, Mr. Young Sean A. White.
Indeed, and thank you so much for allowing me to be a guest. It's an honor, and it's very refreshing too, because a lot of times, especially, well, let me say this: over the past 2 or 3 years, I had the opportunity to interview countless individuals. It's been an absolutely amazing experience. Been able to learn from a lot of people, but it's also very refreshing when I get to be the one being interviewed versus being an interviewer. So I'm going to love this, guys. We're going to have a blast. If you can do us a favor, if you will, because this is episode 330. If you're watching this live and you're catching this live, we appreciate you all. Put in hashtag live in the comments. Let us know exactly where you're tuning in from. We appreciate you having to catch us on a replay because we get it. It's a Friday. You probably had a long week. You just want to just relax, hang out with the fam. Whatever the case, we get it. Put in the hashtag replay. Let us know where you're tuning in from. But most importantly, let us know if you're getting any value from this amazing content from this wonderful young lady, which is literally, she is the future and she's going to levels in which it surprises me each and every single time. So let's go ahead and get started. Take it away, Trin.
Before I ask you to introduce yourself, I'm going to let you know I'm switching things up a little bit. The bonus question will be first. So, can you introduce yourself and tell us about what you do?
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sean A. White, and I am the founder and creator of a brand which is called Transformation Greatness, which is all about motivating, encouraging, and inspiring the masses. And with that, it is a threefold brand in which I've been given the gift of being a speaker, a coach, a hypnotherapist practitioner. Also, I'm a radio and TV personality with SBN, the Small Business Network, in which we'll be talking about. One of the partners and CEOs of this great organization. I wear many different hats. And on top of all of that, and everything in which I'm a part of, I have a 9 to 5 job as being a maintenance technician. How about that? Who would have ever thought from an individual that came straight out of project, straight out of hood, that the chances of really making it in this world was slim to none to where I'm at right now? This is all based on God's grace and mercy. That's the best way I can explain it. And I'm absolutely loving it. So thank you.
Before I go any further, put hearts in the comments, guys, because that is a lot.
Show him some love.
Just show him some love, because that is. Okay.
Come on now.
Can you please tell us and explain what SBN is about?
Absolutely. So with us being a small business network is, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're an organization that we're a group of entrepreneurs. And we all have come together by Commissioner Dr. James McConnell, really to be able to serve the community, in which through the power of TV and radio, we give individuals such as yourself, the small business entrepreneur, the visionary, the individual that has a purpose, the opportunity to share their message on a regular basis through the power of TV and radio. But we don't stop just there. Because of the fact that we love to serve a variety, we have a multitude of different services in which that we love to provide as far as to individuals or small business owners. So ranging everywhere as far as from social media training to networking, income producing opportunities. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I can sit here forever and literally probably overwhelm you with the multitude of different services in which we provide. But the point is that we do it because being the small business entrepreneur is pretty much the lifeblood of this nation and basically really of the world, if you really think about it. The big name companies like the Coca-Colas, the Rockefellers, the Gaps, the Disneys, et cetera, they're already established, right? They're already established. They have the marketing campaign, they have the resources, everything needed really as far as to be generational. So we here at SB and the Small Business Network, we have that same philosophy, but we do it more so for the small business entrepreneur. Why? Because of people like us, we make the world go round and we can make more of a greater impact, right? By providing services which at a cost effective rate, which would be beneficial for the masses versus going with the big name companies. So that's why I love this organization. And especially with the power of TV and radio, we give individuals the opportunity to spread their message in front of hundreds, even thousands, using the technology and the social media which that we have. And what better way is through power of TV and radio? I want you guys to think about that for a second, right? If you are Gen X, right? If you was born like in the 70s or even in the 80s, we know as far as if you want to get on TV and radio, it used to cost some bucks. I'm talking about some thousands to be on TV and traditional radio. But now, through the power of social media, we can use that platform to impact thousands, even millions at a fraction of a cost it would be if you were to go through traditional TV or traditional radio. And that's why I'm very excited about this organization. And guys, we are just getting started. Just getting started. Ma'am?
Before I continue, Mommy, did anybody put hearts in the comments?
Yes, they did give hearts. So we want to welcome Miss Tanisha Jacobs. She is on.
Miss Care That Cares. Give it up. Jersey in the house. That's
Yes,
right.
Miss Francesca Nunez is
Jersey in the house. Come on now, Miss Francesca Nunez.
Denise Ramsey is on.
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
From TikTok, Mama Patty,
Yes, Mama Patty.
Lebe,
I think
and-
Lebe left, but
and Daddy Jones.
Welcome everyone.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you, guys. And if you're just tuning in, welcome again. This is episode 330. With Little Trin, we have a voice in transformation greatness, along with SBN, the Small Business Network. And we just thank you all for just tuning in. And of course, if you find any value, please feel free to drop it in the comments. And if you have any questions, by all means, please feel free to do the same. So with that, Trini, back to you, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
SBN is a small business?
At SBN, correct. Small Business Network, correct.
It doesn't seem small.
Well, the reason, yeah, that's actually true. We are actually growing, but I love the concept because again, it's dedicated to the small business owner. Think about this for a second. How many people that you know in your space have an idea, have a product or a service? And it's something that they really want to do and they're very passionate about, but they may feel like that they don't have the resources or they don't have the backing, they may not have the support, right? Whatever the case may be. But with our organization, what makes us stand out is because we give, quote unquote, the average person or the little guy the opportunity to really be able to expand their reach, right? Gain more customers, make more money, be a better service, provide a bigger impact in the community on their respective areas through the services and the different things in which that we do offer. So yes, I understand it may not seem small. We are small, but we're also growing too, and we're expanding rapidly.
Can I ask, how long have you been partners with SBN?
Yeah, so with SBN, I'm now, wow, 2.5 years. Wow, 2.5 years. Interesting. It's funny how way time flies.
Are you taking notes?
It's the first time for everything.
That's right. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. Because this will help her grow as being a host. I love it.
After question 4, I have a question for the comments. What projects are you working on and can you explain about it?
Sure, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, December 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'm gonna be a part of the fifth. I'm sorry. Yeah,
December
question. December 6th, 7th, and 8th. You got that? Okay. December 6th, 7th, and 8th, I will be one of the speakers at the fifth annual Healing Summit, which is hosted by my great friend, Carrie Irene Crosby. And I had an opportunity actually to be in the audience in the past couple ones that she had in the past. And I just absolutely loved it because the speakers from day 1, 2, and 3 were absolutely phenomenal. These were individuals that had an opportunity to share their experiences, their strengths, their hopes, their ups and downs in terms of business and life. But the theme in which that I found, they all brought something very unique to the table. So it was more than just about like learning strategies or learning social media methods or money making opportunities, but it was more of an opportunity for people to be authentic and really be their true selves. And I tell you what, just to be a speaker, right? To even be selected is truly an honor and a privilege. So I encourage you all on that one, December 6th, 7th, and 8th, the fifth annual Healing Summit is going down. It is going down. So that's just one project. Another project in which I'm currently embarking on is that I'm actually doing a free case study in which I'm actually doing as far as and for the state of Georgia, really as far as for Atlanta. And I actually love that case study because it gives me the opportunity to not only be able to meet other individuals, but find out more so about people. What makes people tick? What is like as far as people's likes and dislikes? What motivates? What moves a person? What makes them decide to want to buy Pepsi versus Coca-Cola, if that makes sense? And with this case study has been so fun and so rewarding as well. And plus, too, guess what? For them doing that for just a few minutes, they get a $50 restaurant gift card, courtesy of SB and a Small Business Network. So it's a win-win situation. So I got many other things that I'm cooking up, but those are just a few of the things that I'm working on so far. And yeah.
I actually have a question for the comments now, Mommy, and kind of for you. Does the comments have any questions?
Not so far. They're taking in the information so far.
Perfect. Okay. The
No. They don't have any comments. I mean, they don't have any questions right now.
Okay. So, I was here.
Yes,
How can people who are interested get more information to learn or join SBN?
I'm sorry, repeat that last part. Kind of broke up. I didn't understand that.
How can people who are interested get more information to learn or join SBN?
Oh, sure, absolutely. By all means, you can follow me as far as on all my social media platforms. I'm on Facebook. I go at Sean A. White. Only thing you have to do is just go onto Messenger and just send me a direct message. And I'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you, explain more about SBN, the Small Business Network, but it'll be more so obviously as far as it getting to know you first, right? And then, of course, if it makes sense, then I'll be more than happy to provide you with the details on that. I'm pretty much available on all the social media platforms. So on Instagram, I go as Mr. underscore Politic 35. On TikTok, Sean A. White. YouTube, Sean A. White. And I'm sorry, I said Instagram already. Pretty much all over You can also reach out to my email if you prefer, which is going to be Mr. So that's MR, then politic, POLITIC 3838 at gmail.com. So guys, I'm very easily accessible. Very easily accessible.
Can you please put that email in the comments?
I sure can. Absolutely. Oh, and also too, another thing, and this is just for FYI. Tomorrow we're going to be airing our show, so we're going to be on the Dr. James McConnell show, which is going to be SB and a Small Business Network. That's going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, in which you definitely want to tune in because on these shows, we talk about a little bit of everything from astronomy, world news, business. You never know. You never know as far as on the type of conversations in which we're going to have. So I encourage you, if you have the opportunity, definitely to tune in. It's going to be on Facebook at 2 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. So please check your local listings. And believe me, it will be worth your time. I can pretty much guarantee you on that.
And I will be on there.
Right on. See, there you go. So that's another reason why you should be tuning in tomorrow. Not for me, but for Trinity, because she's amazing. 9 years old, guys. 9 years old. Let's give it up for Trinity. Like, my God, my God, unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. So I want to ask you a question, young lady, if you don't mind. Okay. So, 9 years old, and you have all these gifts and talents. How do you find the time to balance that as well as have fun? How do you do it at the age of 9?
My mom and I created this thing. It goes turn on, turn off. Turn on can be either turn on the fun mode or turn on serious. The turn off mode can be turn off serious or turn off fun. So we use turn off as turn off the serious. And we use turn on as turn it on, like turn on the serious. Or business mode, as I should say. And then I mostly like spend my days, I do my work, and then after that, if I have an event, I go there. And then the rest of the day, I just have free time.
Wow. Wow. Give it up, guys. Like, man, 9 years old. Wow. I tell you, we have come so far as a society because at 9 years old, I couldn't even fathom doing half the stuff that you were doing, let alone my
Question.
mind was in a totally different space at 9. So for the fact of everything in which you're doing and having the backing of your parents, in which obviously they have been like your major support system, has been truly amazing. So I want to give it up for Mr. and Mrs. Davis, Floyd as well, because I have the opportunity to get to know them and just for the sacrifice, right, and the commitment in which that they have to helping you get dreams become a reality has been absolutely amazing. But the two of them also know as well, like I mentioned to them, and also with Commissioner Dr. James, don't forget about yourselves as well because you guys have gifts and talents as well. So I just want to commend the whole entire Davis Floyd household. I'm super proud of you guys, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what the end of this year is like for you as well as 2025. So I just want to give you guys your flowers as well.
My mom said thank you.
And this is a question.
Yes, there's a question.
Okay.
Miss Francesca Nunez says, "Is the small business a partnership?"
1,000%. 1,000%. Every single one of us are in fact partners. And what I mean by that is this, because everybody has their own business, such as well, in their own brand. Such as one example, I'm a speaker, a coach, a hypnotherapist practitioner, an author. I wear many different hats. We have those that specialize in real estate. We have those that specialize in health and wellness. We have those that specialize as far as being a life coach. We have those that specialize as far as being in life insurance, network marketing. So we have a diverse variety of individuals, but we also come together because not only do we support and collaborate with each other, and that's why I love our weekly leadership calls that we do have, but also too, we are also in collaboration as far as with the other services in which SB and a small business network does provide. So again, it would take me all night to explain to you every single thing that we have to offer. Trust me, it is like even at times I'd be like, my God, like man, I totally forgot about that because it's so much. But to answer your question, yes, Francesca, it is in fact a partnership. And like I mentioned before earlier, I believe as a small business entrepreneur, the greatest thing that you can provide as far as to your audience is by sharing your message or your profession or your skill set. I'm sorry, your skill set or your passion is by being on TV and radio on a weekly basis because that's only going to boost up your credibility, your brand, and your visibility. Because on social media, that's all we pretty much really have, right? Is the art of visibility. Great question. And I hope I answered your question.
I'm a little disappointed because I only have one more question left and we still have 6 minutes.
What is another question?
Okay, you could have told me that.
So, Mr. Sean, who is the youngest partner in the SBN?
Who is the youngest partner? Well, I would have to say, without a shadow of a doubt, it would have to be Trinity Davis Floyd. She has to be. Hmm. Think about that, guys. It goes back to the diversity and variety. Hmm.
Yes. Bonus question.
Sure.
How did you get connected with SBN?
Great question. Ooh, that's a great question. I would have to, yeah, I would have to really shout out Kimberly June West for really making this happen. And I remember that we had a conversation and she reached out to me and she said, "Hey, Sean, I know as far as on how you are, how much of a serial entrepreneur you are, how business oriented you are, how much of a business person that you are. There was someone that I would like for you to meet that I believe you two will really be able to hit it off." And she was telling me about Dr. James. And I said, okay, well, you know what? Yeah, sure. I would love to have a conversation. So it's kind of interesting, right? Because you know how when you speak with someone and you think it's probably gonna be like maybe 5 minute conversation, 10 minutes at best. It was so interesting because when me and him were talking, we had so many similarities. It was like crazy. It was like divine timing. And so from a 5 or 10 minute conversation turned into about, if I remember, a 2 hour conversation. And from there, he gave me the opportunity as far as if I wanted to go ahead and move forward. And I said yes. Within a couple of weeks, he's seen as far as the pace and the manner and the seriousness of me being an entrepreneur. And he was so impressed that within a couple of weeks, and he can tell you this story and vouch. If he was on, he would definitely tell you. Within a couple of weeks, he called me back and asked me if I wanted to be a partner and CEO of the organization. Now, I don't say that to brag, but I make this into a point such as when you are consistent and when you are serious about your business, when you're passionate as far as for what you do, believe me when I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there are individuals that are watching. They may not say much, but they are watching. I did not know that he was following me and paying attention for about a year. I had no idea. But that's just to show you when you're consistent and when you're serious and committed to your craft and as far as for what you do, opportunities will arise. There will be individuals that will reach out to you and will let you know that they've been watching you and they feel you to be an asset and they also want to help you go to that next level. So that's how I've been introduced to SBN, the Small Business Network, and it has been an amazing ride. I have learned so much as far as with business, in terms of like confidence, growth, strategies, the mindset on what it takes as far as to be a successful entrepreneur in this space. And guys, it's just been truly amazing. It really, really has. And I just thank as far as Kimberly West for introducing myself and also Commissioner Dr. James McConnell. So great question.
I'm still a little upset because we still have a little bit of time left.
Let's do it.
So, without further ado, that is all for tonight. But before we log off, once again, if you have any youth or anybody that does amazing things that you would like me to interview, you can contact my mom on TikTok at Latanya Floyd. or on Facebook as Latanya Davis Floyd. Instagram, Trinity_Davis Floyd. YouTube, Trinity Davis Floyd. So you can contact those four and Uncle Sean. So that's all for tonight, Heartbeats, and never give up.
That's right. But before we go, are there any questions from either other platform? Because I'm not seeing anything for Facebook. So anything for TikTok or maybe from your other platforms?
No, no.
I got comments, but they're not
Questions.
not questions. They're just saying great job, Trinity.
Yep, amazing.
You
Yeah.
definitely want to go ahead.
Yeah.
So, like, you're really doing a good job.
There you go.
Oh, thank you again for the viewers and my guests and
Absolutely. Absolutely. And guys, again, if you found this to be a great value, if you can do us a favor, please go ahead and share this out. You never know as far as on who you can inspire and also impact as well. So I just want you to keep in mind that you have someone that's 9 years old that is doing so many great things in this space. You have someone such as myself, like I mentioned earlier in the call, someone that literally came from nothing, literally nothing, right from the school of hard knocks. And by God's grace and mercy, I'm here today to go ahead and tell you that I'm an agent of change. If we can do it, listen, anybody can do it, especially us being, of color. And as far as on what I mean, right? My black and brown people, not to exclude others, but you understand what I'm talking about. So if you have any questions, or maybe if you're stuck as far as in your business, maybe you may be saying like, you know what, I have some ideas, right? I have some goals, I have some dreams, but I just don't know on how to get started or where to go next. By all means, please feel free to reach out to myself or also Trinity. We'll be more than happy to go ahead and help you, because we've been given that gift and we have that talent to really be able to motivate, encourage, and even inspire the masses. And that's what transformation greatness is all about. That's what Little Trend We Have a Voice is all about. That's what SB and the Small Business Network is all about. So let's go ahead and get moving, guys. The time is now. Actually, the time was yesterday. So let's go ahead and make it happen. That's all I got for you.
So,
Well, everybody have a great night and have a great weekend. And remember, never give up.
Amen. Good night, everybody.
Alicia said, enjoyed the show. Good job.
Mama Patty said great job as always.